House Majority Whip Kevin McCarthy joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
And I noticed that when the president entered that you were part of the leadership that was coming in right after him. Did you have a chance to speak to him before he entered the chamber?
Yeah, the escort committee goes back behind, and we have a little time. The majority leader, Eric Cantor, and I entered the room at the same time. We had a little conversation about the time away. We talk a lot about family at the same time. And then we try to have a discussion about ways that we can move this country forward without a political speech being shot at you.
Did you get a political speech being shot at you?
Yeah, we did. It was a class warfare speech almost. I mean, the president talks about energy independence with all the above, and then he has canceled the Keystone Pipeline when it's 20,000 jobs, and it's sending oil now to China instead of to America. This is
Did you expect him to actually address specifically Keystone in his speech?
I'd hope to, because how are we going to move forward in the process when we're talking about jobs? His speech was calling the built to last, but you cannot change this or you're going to put us in last place. America's got to be competing worldwide, and we cannot do that without an energy policy that lets us be independent.
Did you see any gestures from him to reach out to you, whether it was in the chamber or when he spoke before, reach out to sort of work towards solutions where you could both give a little?
Look, I will tell you, each and every time we go back in that room, and never once has he taken the opportunity to try to reach to work on legislation. Now, it's a bipartisan group. You'll find some Democrat senators come over, and we talk to them on a basis to try to get there. Here we were where we had a payroll debate where we wanted to do it for a year. So did he, and he picks the sides of the 2 months with the Democrats. Look, this country is hungry for leadership, and that's about taking us to the next place. That's about letting America compete worldwide.
Was there any sort of softening, though, in that room before? Did you see any sort of opening where there could be a discussion between you and the president?
Well, no, we have discussions, but you try to go in depth. I mean, we're sitting here having an open discussion. He starts out first talking about the break, how's the family, where apart, and then we try to go into the process. How can we work together? How can we move legislation right now? Think of it. It is the State of the Union, but it is also the anniversary of 1,000 days where the Senate has not produced a budget. How can you move forward if you don't even have a plan? Why can't the president, from one standpoint, he can argue with us that where he thinks we're wrong, but why doesn't he also stand up and say the Senate? You could have written the Constitution, Thomas Jefferson, 58 times. We could have built 2 Empire State Buildings, but you can't produce a budget?
Congressman, thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.